So hello and welcome to this review of the first session, a curtailed first session. And plenty of talking points. One, England winning the toss, deciding to bowl. Michael Holding in his pitch report said maybe win toss bat first. India's team combination yet again leaving out Ravichandran Ashwin. That's always going to be a talking point. Then the opening partnership so far, plenty of times play and a miss, but not once did the Indians give up. And that is what you want to see, because you will see play and a miss in England. Rohit Sharma so far 35, putting a price on his wicket. You want him to carry on multiple starts. Since that Australia series, you want Rohit Sharma to do it well, because the point is, you know how much a test innings, an important test innings like this means to Rohit. KL Rahul too has been there. I mean, except that, inside edge pad, looping up for Anderson. He has also almost been there, sort of, and hanging in there, and that's what matters. So let's decide, let's go with the point by point. Let's go with the team combination first. Ravichandran Ashwin being left out is always going to be a point of debate. Michael Vaughan tweeting Ashwin no. All of us were a tad surprised. He's arguably the best spinner in the world at this point in time. And if we see his performances, even in that county match, you feel bad for Ash. In that Australia series, he was stellar. In the series against England, in India, he was sensationally good. Ravichandran Ashwin, even in the WTC final in the second innings, it was Ash who almost sort of kept India in the game, though briefly. That county game, he picked up 6 for Surrey. Clearly in very good form, Ravichandran Ashwin is handy with the bat as well. So when Shardul Thakur got injured, the question was whether it is Ishant Sharma or Ravichandran Ashwin. And as Virat Kohli said at the toss, in their 12 which they had circulated internally, it was both Ashwin and Ishant Sharma. Now this is a very tricky call. It has to be based on conditions. If you read the pitch report carefully, and if you hear Michael Holding's pitch report, he clearly said that the grass covering on that track means even if you do not have a specialist spinner, it doesn't really matter. And that is why it may be, just maybe, that it's not a bad call. Because Ishant Sharma, that 7 for 74, all of us remember, though the thing is there might not be divots, India will bowl last. India will bowl last, and if the pitch goes up and down, Ravichandran Ashwin would have come in handy, but Ravindra Jadeja, if there are foot marks, Jaddu will definitely make use of those. The faster bowlers will be able to use the up and down bounce. Ishant Sharma has had a very good record at Lords. As Virat said, the 4-prong pace attack proved very handy in the first test. You easily can rotate. England too going in with a similar combination: Mark Wood, Ollie Robinson, James Anderson, Sam Curran, with the sole spinner in Moeen Ali. So one can see logic in what the Indians have done. Each one of us obviously are emotional about Ravichandran Ashwin because he's an absolute gem of a cricketer. And in recent times, he has had some stellar games under his belt. So as I said, it's a very tricky call, but I do understand where the Indians are coming from. So to say that, it was a wrong call, I don't think that can be said at any point in time. Ishant Sharma's last 2014 effort at Lords has to be kept in mind. Yes, you will say Ishant Sharma is 7 years older and all of it, but this Indian bowling attack is very impressive. Jasprit Bumrah back in wicket-taking form, Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj with his pace and guile, and of course Ishant Sharma is always a top bowler, will get the ball to move away from the left-hander as well. So very impressive Indian bowling attack, provided they are able to put up a decent score on the board. And from the evidence that we have seen so far, the Indians are well on course, having had a very, very impressive start. So that's how I will analyze the team composition. Now let's analyze the toss. Joe Root winning the toss, deciding to bowl. Is that a bit of a defensive strategy? Is he trying to hide his own batting under overcast conditions? Because there was rain around, as we saw. I mean, before the first ball was bowled, the players walked in and then they walked out again. Brief brief delay. Then within 10 minutes, the passing shower had gone and the players walked out again. So clearly there was a bit of a rain around and cloudy, overcast conditions with that four-pronged Indian pace attack and a very underdone England batting. Zach Crawley left out Hasib Hamid, Dan Lawrence left out Moeen Ali. And if you take a look at that batting order, Rory Burns, Dom Sibley, Joe Root, Moeen Ali, Hasib Hamid, Johnny Bairstow, Joss Buttler. Except Root, none of them have been in any extraordinary form. Hasib Hamid was good in that warm-up game. But if you take a look at this England batting order, it does look fragile. So did Root get influenced by the fact that his own batting order or his own batting lineup is somewhat fragile against a very decent Indian bowling attack? Otherwise, Lord's, dryish wicket, yes, there will be movement. Why would you not bat first and put a decent score on the board and come at India? Maybe Virat too said he would have bowled first, but maybe it was a toss that was actually going to work in favor of India that Virat lost it. It's not a bad toss to lose, at least from the evidence of the first 1.25 hours of play. The bowling, let's now analyze the bowling. Jimmy Anderson was impressive, so was Ollie Robinson. Having said that, there were far too many balls outside off, jagging away, which the Indians could shoulder arms to. There were multiple plays and misses, but that's going to happen. But there were balls. Every over there were 3 or 4 balls that the Indians were able to leave. Multiple balls outside on 6th stump, 7th stump that Rohit and KL Rahul were able to shoulder arms. That's important because they allowed the Indians to play themselves in. If they are able to come back decently after lunch, this game can well be set up for a decent batting effort from India. And you need that batting effort. So while Anderson was obviously impressive, Ollie Robinson perhaps the first spell more impressive, I would say England could have made the Indians play a degree more. And having said that, that's when you would induce the edge. There was movement both ways. If you see Rohit shouldered arms a couple of times, the ball jagged back. One time just going over the stumps from Anderson, Rohit had a wry smile. One time that Ollie Robinson ball wide of the wicket, pitched up, straightened and Rohit was beaten. Again a smile from Rohit Sharma. That's the thing. You will get beaten on a track like this, in conditions like this. You've got to put a price on your wicket and focus intensely. Focus intensely because runs are there to be had, provided you put a price on your wicket. So England could have bowled better. If I analyze the bowling effort, could have bowled better. Sam Curran, multiple balls down leg. If you see the drifter, the ball that sort of just went across to the right-hander, very few. The ball that he was trying to shape it in, get the LBW call. Most times when he was trying to get the LBW call, he was drifting on the pads of the Indians. Multiple times KL Rahul got into fine leg, got into mid-wicket, Rohit Sharma got a boundary. So there were some freebies on offer. Yes, in that one over where Rohit got 4 boundaries of Sam Curran, the first one, again, rank wide outside off. This was a gift ball. Second ball was quality, middle stumps, shaped away, edge, streaky, through the slips. But then if you see the follow-up ball, it was a very good ball. But after that, 2 consecutive balls was gifted. One outside off, Rohit was batting way outside the crease and just easily got a 4. And then that ball that drifted on his pads, trying to overcompensate Sam Curran, allowed the pressure to get released. I would say definitely allowed the pressure to get released on the Indians. So that's how I will sum up the England bowling effort. Could have definitely been better. Now the Indian batting effort, I think they have shown a lot of resilience. They have shown a lot of patience. They have shown a lot of grit. And they are trying to put a price on their wicket, standing outside to negate the swing, as is now the pattern. Obviously, James Anderson is the key threat along with Ollie Robinson. We haven't yet seen Mark Wood, who will come and bowl 90 plus in the team for Stuart Broad. Don't see Moeen Ali bowling too many overs on day 1. So that's the kind of summary from me as far as the curtailed first session is concerned. Early lunch taken. We've got to see once the Indians come back. If they have a decent start again, then this match will start to look good for India. It's still very, very early. you have to make the first innings count. If you are able to make the first innings count, then with that pace attack that you have along with Ravindra Jadeja, this match can well and truly be set up. And when I say make the first innings count, a lot of eyeballs will be on Cheteshwar Pujara, Virat Kohli, and of course Ajinkya Rahane. They've got to score. Cheteshwar Pujara, he's been heroic in Australia, but no big ones since then. You've got to expect a big innings from Cheteshwar Pujara. Ajinkya Rahane since Melbourne, that innings of 60 plus against England, but you want another big effort. Got run out, was unfortunate, but you would want an Ajinkya Rahane and Cheteshwar Pujara big effort. Coming to Virat Kohli, absolutely you want a good effort from the Indian captain. Golden Duck can happen to the very best, but Virat Kohli has to sort of take the responsibility and make it count. A very, very important test match, this one. You've lost the toss, your openers have started decently well. You would want your Indian captain to bat well. Ajinkya has good memories of Lords, very good memories of Lords from 14. The 2018 test match was very, very strange for India after that first day, which was terrible to bat. And so I don't take that test match really seriously because it got over in 3 days. Had India won the toss, England would have had a similar plight. So that's how I will analyze the Indian batting so far and the batsmen to come. Let me take some questions. England worst place for test cricket is testing patience of fans. Balaji, that's how it has always been. And only lucky team advantage of weather? No, I mean, that's how it has been. And over the next 4 days, it's not looking too bad, the weather prediction. And that's how it has been over the last 145 years, 1870s onwards. Test cricket in England, that's how the love affair has been. So we've got to take it. My theory of British imperialism, with this weather and with this food, what else can they do but step out and conquer the world? Moon Harris, sir, India को जीतना होगा इंग्लैंड में, absolutely Moon Harris, और इस टीम जीत सकता है. इस इंग्लैंड टीम के खिलाफ हमको जीतना चाहिए. इनका बैटिंग ऑर्डर अगर आप देखें, मून हैरिस, ये इंग्लैंड साइड बैटिंग ऑर्डर फ्रैजाइल दिखता है और हमारा जो बॉलिंग एफर्ट, बॉलिंग टीम है वो बहुत ही अच्छा है. पवन वेंकट, कैन वी एक्सपेक्ट 100 फ्रॉम रोहित टू अर्ली? He started to look good, but if you see, there were plenty of play and miss also. He has started to look good from Australia. Multiple times he has gotten starts and then played that pull shot, hook shot, stepping out, and has given his wicket away. One would expect him to make it count, and I would love to see him make it count. Radio Sofia, still remember Hamid meeting Sachin and calling him his hero, absolutely, but this is a Hamid with a very different hairstyle and looks so different, isn't it? Sachin Chaudhary, good evening. Having Wood before Karan. Karan is your third bowler, and definitely if you see the 2018 series, got the ball to Jack back against Rohit Sharma. Always the incoming delivery against KL Rahul, the ball swinging back in. LBW comes into the picture, so maybe not. Himashu, nice to see you. Yes, Ashwin played 4 tests. He was back. But got 11 wickets, only Jadeja went. Yeah, I mean, I get what you are saying, Rahul. But 3 years back, this is a different Ashwin. If you see his overseas record in Australia, you tend to feel that he could have played. But I get your point, and that is why I said what I said, that based on the conditions, the Indians have gone with the team, and I cannot fault them. But I do understand where you're coming from. How many wickets think lose by the end of the day, sir? Very difficult to say, Karan. All I can say is make the most of this first innings batting effort. If you are able to put up a decent score in the first innings, this match can be set up because this 4-pronged attack plus Ravindra Jadeja is going to be very handy. England will bat last. There will be ups and downs. There will be, undulations in the pitch. There will be the odd footmark. Spinners will come into play. So all of that will come into play, provided we can make the first innings batting effort count. What, why and how? Someone please reply for me. Rain stopped at Lords. You need to follow. There are multiple handles where you will get the regular weather update. Not coming to England, Surinder Singh, Birmingham. I will probably come for the 5th test, provided how the series goes, Surinder, because now with Amber, I can get an RT-PCR and then come and do a test on the second day and be cleared. And obviously, I'm twice vaccinated, so I might come. I will keep you posted. Karan, we've answered that. Sundarasan, let us hope so. Pujara 3 boundaries last match would give him confidence. Yes, 12 of 13, but that was very brief. I mean, one would expect Pujara to bat like Pujara and score, play long. Give us a good platform, because first innings you've got to bat well. Rohit looking set for 100. He's got 35, Naveen. 35 and 100 is it's like a mountain still. So let's not jump the gun. Should include reserve day? Not necessarily. I think over the next 4 days, forecast is pretty decent. We will have a result. Ideal first innings, I would take anything over and above 325. If India gets to 325, 350, it will be an excellent score with this kind of a bowling attack. So that's how it is so far. I think we've answered most of the questions. Fingers crossed we have a decent day's play. Rajoshi will come back at tea time and again post day's play. I will come back tomorrow. Plenty to talk about. Fingers crossed for India, this becomes a very, very good batting effort, because that, as I said, will set this match up for the team. Thanks very much for watching. Our Olympics coverage will also continue. We will continue. We'll start with our Paralympic series very shortly, maybe after the 16th. Once this test match is done, Paralympics start the 24th. The third test starts the 25th. So the moment this Lord's test is over, we will start our special build-up for the Paralympic Games as well. And we will cover the Paralympics with equal intensity like I have promised. That's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you very much for your support. Do subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and support Sports Today. Thanks for watching.